So here we're going to do a video update on the Bobcat L28. We bought this L28 in December of last year. Here it is with the lights on. A couple of the upgrades that we did, we added the road light kit, which puts these lights down here. It also gives you turn signals, flashers, reverse lights. That's one of the kits that we have added. We're about at 105 hours. So now we have these extra switches. We have our on off for our lights. We have our hazards. I'm going to turn them on. We have a left and right turn signal. We also have a beacon light over here, so we can turn that on. Those are all additions that we have added since we got it, mainly for our sidewalk snow removal. So these lights in the front, the road light kit, we wanted that so we run up and down the roads once in a while for safety. We have turn signals. We can kind of signal where we're going, and we just thought the extra light would be good. I would not recommend these headlights. I don't really think they do anything. They would show that we're coming down the road, but the work lights, the LED work lights, are super bright. They're high. They show on the job well. Where these lower lights, they shine on the bucket. They don't really provide any kind of light to the work that you're doing, and they just seem kind of useless. But for us, it's nice to have the turn signals and the flashers if we are going down the road. Roof beacon was really nice to set up. Goes on that bracket right there. To start with, we had put a magnet light on the roof just to get by, so it's nice to have that set up. I'm going to go ahead and shut these lights off. I'm going to shut the machine off. That was one of the reasons why we went with this. We said we could buy this for snow, use it in the winter time. It's heated cab, good visibility, steering wheel. Most anybody should be able to jump in there and push forward and reverse pedals and use the steering wheel. So we thought that's great for snow, and then in the summertime we can use it for anything we use the MT for. So my first thing I would say is that's not true at all, because these tires, once they get on the grass or in the dirt, in the mud, the machine won't go anywhere. So if you're early spring, late fall, any kind of mud, and you're trying to push into a dirt pile, or you're trying to grade something, all these tires do is spin. Now there's different size tires. I can only talk about the ones that I have. This is a smaller size tires and wheels. It's what came on the machine. I would have liked a little bit bigger size turf tires, but these have worked great in the snow. We haven't had any issues. So in the snow, worked fine, no problems. This machine is quick, so you can run all around. It's a great yard machine. That's kind of how I look at it. Because of the lift capacity, it can load and unload a lot of stuff off the trucks. Because of the extending boom, it can load the higher trucks. It can load higher than an MT85. So this machine has been great for around the yard. If I'm going to jump in something for almost anything, if I'm going to load pallets of landscape supplies or nursery stock, anything like that, if I need just a small scoop of topsoil somewhere, this machine is quick. I can run back and forth across the yard. I can get up high into the truck. I can load and unload trucks. So it's very good for that. As far as grading or getting into the dirt, into the mud, if anything's wet, it's completely useless in my opinion for that. So that's just my opinion. You know, other people would have other ideas, and other people might have the bar lug tires on there, or ag tires on there that may give you more traction in the mud, and the larger turf tires may do better. In the summertime, we take this door right off. You can take the doors and the windows off. Definitely have taken the door off all summer long. Like I said, we run the landscape rake on it. That's probably what we've used the most. I left the other windows in, but you can take them out. And it has heat, no AC, just heat. So definitely want to take the door off in the summertime, get the windows open. So one thing we have found is that it has a really rough ride. If you're gonna take this across bumpy ground, there's no give. This thing just bounces around, bangs around, and you're inside this cab. This cab has pretty unforgiving metal pieces here. This key always hits me in the leg and jabs into me. You just kind of bang around inside that cab, and it's totally unforgiving. So not comfortable from that standpoint. In the winter time, we're on a smooth sidewalk for most part. It's not too bad, but you can get the speed up, but then you can just get knocked around in there pretty good. I would also say that this panel right here, for whatever reason, coming in and out, it's right in the way. It's always catching, scraping, knocking something on it, so very uncomfortable. It's kind of a weird way to get in and out with the way that cab is situated for me personally, but that's just my opinion. The one thing that did happen in the wintertime is someone got out, leaned on this door, slipped in the snow, and bent these hinges. So these hinges on the door, you know, they didn't help at all. They just bent right over. So we bought new hinges. Took quite a bit of time to try to get that door shut in the middle of winter in the snowstorm when that happened. So definitely a weak point, these hinges. This will give you an idea. Bucket extended, makes it nice for loading trucks. You can see the machine articulated here. You want to make sure you don't leave this door open. Turn the other way, you'll bust that door right off when this side comes around. So let me give you the rundown. The kind of the cons would be the rough ride. We bent the door hinges right out of the bat there. Doesn't really have good traction in the mud or the dirt. Long wait times for parts and accessories. We had 11 weeks downtime. I'll just tell you a little bit about that. The machine went in. Long story short, there was a spot where hydraulic coupler was rubbing against the wire harness down here under the machine where it articulates. Way down inside, I had to take all the panels off. I couldn't figure out what was going on for a long time. Finally, they got a mechanic in there that found the issue. The wires were getting rubbed. It was causing all kinds of havoc with codes and different things that were going on. So that really put a damper on things when this machine was down for 11 weeks. We really thought it was going to be a benefit to have this machine on the sidewalks in the winter, and then the double use that it can get. It could work all summer long, and it ended up being 11 weeks that we couldn't use it. So that was definitely a downside. The good things, it's got the access to small areas and the way that it snakes in and out on sidewalks and different areas. The access has been great for the size of it. The heated cab and heated seat is nice in the winter time. I will say you turn that heated seat on, start the machine, get it warming up, come back, hop in, that seat's not going to be warm. It's not like that. 10 minutes operating it. After it's been running for 10 minutes, maybe it starts to warm up. And then after a while, you'll feel it. But it is a nice little feature to have. It's good in the snow. It's got great visibility. It's a great yard machine, as I already mentioned. Holds both sides attachments. We have the grapple, soil conditioner, snow blower, broom, buckets, forks. So that's been great. The hose setup is not been great. I've mentioned this before about like the hoses on attachments like the grapple. They're made for the MT85. So where they have to go from the bucket to where they connect up here, they're actually too long to tilt the attachment. So if you tilt out, you wouldn't have enough length in your hoses. So that's kind of something I hope they fix in the future. And then the hoses always drag. They want to be right down. They want to run from here. If you get them long enough to work, they're going to drag right down here across the wheel and then back up to the attachment. So some hose savers or something are needed, and we're going to work on that before winter. Hopefully have something more permanent set up to keep the hoses working the way they should. there it is. There you have it. That's just my opinion. Not my favorite piece of Bobcat equipment by far, but it does have its place, and hopefully we have no further future issues with it. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button.